Pete, where are the ducks we ordered?
Yeah, I think they're arriving now.
About time. I said ducks, not ducks. Ducks.
Improve communication and increase collaboration with Autodesk Construction Cloud.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening to everyone joining us today. Welcome to our webinar, Achieve Precision with Autodesk Docs. My name is Isabele, here with Accienta, and I'm thrilled to have you all with us. We're not just talking about documents today, we're also going to master them. But before I go any further, let me bring in the expert of the hour, Toleen Awad. Toleen is an architect, a BIM Collaborate Pro certified professional, and Autodesk go-to specialist here at Accienta. Toleen, how are you feeling about today's session?
Hey Isabel, I'm really excited. Autodesk Docs is such a powerful tool, and I can't wait to show everyone how it can make their lives much easier, especially when it comes to keeping everything organized and precise.
That's what I like to hear. And folks, if you're anything like me, you've probably had an uh-oh moment with documentation in the past. Toleen, have you ever had one of those moments where the right document just couldn't be found?
Oh, absolutely. I think we've all been there, searching through endless folders trying to find that one document. But that's exactly why I'm so passionate about Autodesk Docs. It's designed to prevent those moments by keeping everything in one organized, easily accessible place.
Exactly. And that's why today's session is going to be so valuable. We'll be covering how to achieve precision with Autodesk Docs. But we also want to hear from you all. So, how often do you find yourself searching for the last version of a document? Is it once a day, twice, a few times a week, or only during project deadlines? All of this will be tackled today in today's session. Looks like we've got a mix. Toleen, why don't you give us a sneak peek of what you'll be covering today?
Sure thing. Today, we're into the core functionalities of Autodesk Docs, focusing on tips and tricks for the document management, collaboration, and ensuring everyone on the same team is working from the same information. We'll also discuss how teams can work more effectively together and the real benefits of having a single source of truth for all your project documents.
And if that doesn't sound good enough, Toleen's also going to share some insider secrets that you won't find in the user manual. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for that.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to making this session as interactive and practical as possible. So feel free to drop questions in the chat as we go. I'll be answering some of them live, and we'll have a dedicated Q&A session at the end.
Okay, let's move on. Perfect. Before we move on to the session, I would like to give a little bit of a background as to who we are as Accienta. Meet the Accienta team, your trusted guides in the digital era. Here we are at the Autodesk Bootcamp in UAE, ready to help you navigate the latest trends and strategies. Our experts specialize in optimizing platforms like Autodesk, empowering your organization to achieve its goals with maximum efficiency and precision. At Accienta, our mission is to empower your digital transformation by connecting you with the right tools, including Autodesk solutions, to help you work smarter and more efficiently. We ensure seamless collaboration and communication anytime, anywhere, so you can stay on track and perform at your best. With the right tools, your team is always set up for success. We're proud to announce that Accienta has been honored with the Technology SME of the Year and Autodesk Partner of the Year 2024. These achievements reflects our dedication to driving innovation and delivering top-notch digital solutions that empower our clients to excel in today's competitive landscape. Thank you for your trust and support. And of course, at Accienta, we're proud to work with leading clients across the UAE and the region, helping them achieve their digital transformation goals. Our expertise in Autodesk solutions enables us to deliver tailored strategies that drive success, streamline operations, and enhance collaboration. We're committed to empowering businesses to thrive in the digital era. Great. All right, everyone, get ready for an exciting session filled with valuable insights, practical tips, and a little bit of fun. Toleen, take it away.
Thank you, Isabel, for the introduction, and hello, everyone, once again. So I'm going to walk you through the agenda real quick and talk about the key topics for today's webinar. We're going to start with the Common Data Environment, or also known as the CDE, which is the single source of truth. And then we're going to dive into Autodesk Construction Cloud, which is also known as ACC. When we're done with that, we're going to talk a bit about Autodesk Docs, and then something really exciting and new, which is the content catalog. And lastly, we'll give you a very small client success story of ours, and hopefully we can hear yours in the future. So we all know that a lot of us face certain challenges in construction today. Some of us face some of them, the others don't, but mainly they're the most known challenges in construction today. So the main one is actually razor-thin margins. We all face that certain budget, we need to stay within budget. Most of the time we can't, but this is one of the challenges that we're facing. Another one is tight schedules, of course, deadlines. Another challenge is distributed teams. Distributed teams, we've seen that after COVID-19, we heard about remote work. Most of the companies, they have a lot of workers working across the the region, across the country, so yeah, and a lot of companies are working together when one of them, let's say, is in Dubai, the other one is in Abu Dhabi, or the other one is in a total different country. The last challenge is siloed information. So because we have distributed teams, we have distributed locations, of course we're going to have siloed information as well. Now, how did Autodesk help us overcome these challenges? How can we overcome them using Autodesk solutions? So for razor-thin margins, we have design change visibility, which is basically you can go along, see how you change certain stuff in documents and the models. So this will help you in making sure that no cost will be paid, extra costs, because mostly whenever you move more into the project life cycle, whenever you do changes, let's say in construction, during the construction phase, it's going to be so costly. So when you have design change visibility, therefore you can see the changes that you have done, what you need, what you don't need. So that's how we cut on costs. The second thing for tight schedules is basically issue management. Issue management helps us with the accountability part, because when you're on ACC, on Docs specifically, let's say, you have certain issues that you can create and you can assign them to a certain person. So this way you give them accountability. You set a deadline, you set a certain date for them, a due date, a start date. So this way you make sure that they stick to the timeline, to the deadline, and you're good to go. And for distributed teams, we have continuous collaboration. So continuous collaboration can be done through various ways, various options. One of the options basically is you can give out your comments, your markups, you can give certain feedback to a certain person. This way, we make sure everyone is connected together, they're collaborating together on the same platform. Lastly is siloed information. So siloed information, we've overcame this challenge by using the common data environment, which is the single source of truth. So everyone working on the same exact platform, all of our documents are in one place. So this will cut on time. Looking for documents will cut on cost as well. If we've lost a certain document, this will help us in the collaboration if we have distributed teams, and this will cut siloed information. So how do you think we got to BIM? Now, in the realm of architecture, construction, and engineering, the journey of digital transformation has marked a shift from static 2D CAD to the dynamic world of digital twins, passing through the milestones of building information modeling. So first, before actually we got to 2D CAD, if you all remember, it was all papers and pens. So if you wanted to change the location of one um, window, we had to repeat all of the papers that we had, and they weren't small papers. They were A0, A1 papers. They had to erase it from all of the papers, all of the elevations. So that took a lot of time. Then we got to 2D CAD, which is like AutoCAD and so on. So basically, it's much easier to erase a certain window, but since it's not 3D, it's not a model. So whenever you wanted to also change the same window, you also had to repeat it in all of the sheets that you have. However, it's much easier because you didn't have to erase it by hand. That's when we got to BIM. So BIM was one of a kind phase. Why? Because it helped us to move from 2D to 3D, which also meant that the elements that we have, they have the same exact properties as the ones we have in real life. So if I've built a wall in BIM, it has the same properties as the wall I have in real life, the installation, the thickness, and so on. And also, if you wanted to change the same exact window, you just move it to the right, and then it's reflected in all other elevations, sections, the facade itself, and so on. So this part of the journey is actually the digitization phase. Now, the digitization phase was doing great, but now we wanted the transformational phase because we've been through a lot since COVID-19, so we needed a second step. So after BIM, we got to BIM in the clouds. Now, BIM was doing great and everything, but then when COVID-19 came along, we had these distributed teams all over. We had also companies that are working with different companies. Let's say the architectural company is working with a civil engineering company and so on. So they all needed one platform to collaborate, and that's where BIM in the cloud came along. And then finally, we have digital twin. So digital twin is the AI-powered solution in Autodesk. So basically, imagine with me the same exact replica of the building we have in real life, but in your computer. So this will help us create analysis, let's say occupancy analysis for a certain hall, for a certain room, light analysis, wind analysis. So it's really helpful, and this was transformational phase of our journey. So from 2D CAD all the way to digital twin, we moved from static all the way to dynamic. So we improved coordination and productivity, and then we had better coordination when we introduced them in the cloud and project control. And then lastly, we had real-time insights and automation when we introduced digital twin. So after saying all of that, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. How can we reflect that in our topic today in Autodesk Docs? Now, the traditional way of data transfer was, let's imagine I'm the estimator and Isabel is the architect. I want some PDF files from Isabel, the architect, as an estimator. I had to go through the owner, then back to the general contractor, but then to the subcontractor. And then I might get to Bell, but it's going to take a lot of time. But and a lot of documents can be lost along the way. If I'm the owner, I want to see the documents from the general contractor. I had to go a long way to get the documents that I need. That's where Autodesk Docs was introduced. So the Common Data Environment, CDE, in Autodesk Construction Cloud acts like as the single source of truth for construction projects. It centralizes project data, enabling real-time collaboration and reducing the risk of errors by ensuring that all stakeholders work from a unified, up-to-date repository. So basically, here in the middle, we have the logo of ACC, and we can see that all of our stakeholders are connected to ACC. So as an architect, I upload all of my documents on ECC. And then if the estimator wants to get these files, he can simply access them without having to go all the way to get to the architect and so on. The subcontractor can get to the PDF, the owner, and so on. Now here we have a more of an infographic. So this infographic is to help you visualize what we were talking about. So basically, in the middle, we have this cloud. This cloud has all of the drawings, documents, models, assets, photos, videos, cost items, and data. They're all in the cloud because ACC is a cloud solution. Now, from this data, these assets, you can create certain solutions within like project insights. You can collaborate on the project itself. You can use all of the co-authoring tools. You can create an email, issues. It will help you with the project management. Now, all of these reports can be created through Autodesk Construction Cloud. And on the outer circle, we can see all of the stakeholders that they can access these information. Of course, everything is given by permissions. So let's talk more about Autodesk Construction Cloud. What are the solutions within Autodesk Construction Cloud? So it's not just Autodesk Docs. Let us walk you through them. Now for ACC, we have three main solutions, actually four main solutions. The first one is Autodesk BIM Collaborate. We also have Takeoff and Build. So BIM Collaborate is the main solution for design collaboration and coordination. Within BIM Collaborate, you can access Revit Cloud Work Sharing. It's the best for collaboration for Civil 3D and Plan 3D. You can create clashes through model coordination. You can also create constructability review as well. Now, Autodesk Takeoff is more for the quantification side, which is basically you can create 2D and 3D takeoff packages. And lastly, we have Build. So Build is for project management, cost management, quality, safety, and lastly for the project close out. Now, here you can create RFIs, submittals, daily reports as well. You can create payment applications, forecasting, quality planning, safety training, and the turnover will be done through Build. Now, all of these solutions have one thing in common, which is the document management, or in other words, Autodesk Docs. So Autodesk Docs is what we will be focusing on today. Autodesk Docs is for document control, document versioning, document approvals. So this means that all of our solutions, they have unified data. So you can access, if you have, you can access the models, drawings, documents, cost items, assets from all of our solutions that we have. And from this unified data, you can create insights such as dashboards, reports, and these this unified data can be accessed when we done admin console. We've given certain permissions from admin. So from admin, you can create also the project themselves, templates, notifications as well. So the common data environment is present within BIM Collaborate Pro, Autodesk Takeoff, and Autodesk Build. So here we have ACC and Autodesk Docs. The document management is present within these three solutions. So if you have a license for BIM Collaborate Pro, you can access Docs. Same goes to Takeoff and Build. Now, BIM Collaborate Pro, as I told you before, it's a work sharing application, work sharing solution, cloud solution. So it allows multiple people to work on the model at the same time. And Autodesk Takeoff, as I told you, it's for 2D, 3D takeoff. Autodesk Build is for field management. Now let's take a look at the different file format range of all the files that are being supported within Autodesk Docs Viewer. This is the entire file format which the view supports. So anything that we upload in one of these file formats is visible reviewable in the viewer in 2D and in 3D as well. This depends on what the file format brings, so any information that is contained in the file can be reviewed in PDF. For example, if it's only 2D, whereas in IFC, as an example, it's only 3D, but whatever file brings is being supported. It also includes media file formats. So we are also having support for video formats and also PNGs, JPG. If you have a SketchUp file, you can upload it and view it, and so on. Now, here we have our solutions. We have BIM Collaborate, Build, Docs. BIM Collaborate helps with the issue of design collaboration, aggregated model coordination. Build helps with the safety management, quality management. And what we're focusing on today is Docs. So Docs will help us organize, distribute, share files in a single connected document management platform. It helps with the issues of document control, document versioning, and document approval. So now we have seen how ACC is present with us from the very beginning stage of our project life cycle, from the design to the planning to the build, all the way to operating the model itself, the project itself. And we can see how it helps us have all of our assets throughout the project life cycle in one single source of truth. Now, why Autodesk Docs? Autodesk Docs is a document management tool. Now, you can work anytime, anywhere in Revit, Civil 3D, and Plan 3D. This is for designers, authors, and it's centrally manage your data in a unified platform. That's for the reviewers. And lastly, you can share feedback, view insights, and detect clashes in any device, which is for device decision makers. So you don't need a certain hardware. You just need an internet connection, a license, and you're good to go. If you were at the site, you wanted to document, you can, if you have the mobile app, of course, you can access all of the information that you need. So it's very easy, very feasible, very user-friendly as well. Now, for the key challenges, there are two main key challenges that are faced as well. One of them is collaboration, and the other one is communication. So these are the challenges we typically see in any company, not construction specific. So how can Autodesk Docs help us get over these challenges specifically? Now, for collaboration, you can work anywhere, anytime, and anyone can work on it. So it connects project teams with centralized access to BIM project data in the cloud with no need for costly IT setup. So on the right, we can see our project files. We can see how we can upload different files onto our folders. And on the left, we can also see the project files, how they're ISO 19650 related. And also another thing for collaboration is robust permissions. So here you can control work sharing and design deliverable exchange with the assurance that the right information is in the right hands throughout your project. Now on the right here, we can see how you can create names for your members. You can also give permissions. So for the architect themselves, I gave a certain permission that they can only edit or they can only give certain comments. So that's how you maintain that everyone has the same permission in the project. Then we have communication. So how can we communicate together as a team? So in communications, you can create issues, markups, and much more than that. So here we place, assign, and track issues anywhere. And then on the right, you can see how we have all of our issues. You can see that you can assign certain issues to certain people. You have the due date, as we told you before, the start date, the placement of the issue, if it was in a certain model, let's say. We can also see that you can add different types, if it was a clash issue, a design issue. You can also send transmittals through Autodesk Docs, so you can send out emails. This is to keep your team on the same page and ensure accountability with assignable, version-aware issues and markups together with document control. So we have seen now how ACC is a unified platform for AEC project delivery, from design to plan to build all the way to operate. So just to sum up everything that we have been talking about, now Docs offers design to construction connection. It connects teams on the ACC platform, allowing easy transfer of information from design all the way to construction. Now here in the screenshot that we can see right now, we can see that we see all of the changes. So on the right, we can see which elements have been added, removed, modified. So this is basically to give you a dynamic view of all of the changes that have been made from the very first step of the project all the way to the end. Now let's talk about document control. Now, in document control, you can get the right information into the right hands with structured folders and robust permission tools. So in the screenshot, you can see all of our project files, how you can see different folders, how you can upload different files into different folders. So this is to keep your project as neat, as accessible as possible. And you can also, of course, follow the ISO 19650 for folder structure. Then we have document approval. So here we reduce manual efforts and automate the review of drawings, models, and documents before publishing and sharing. So in the screenshot, we can see how we have a certain review process. Now we can see that it's an open process. You can start a certain review. You can export the review as an Excel report. You can see if there's any comments, description. You can also see the versions. So on the right, we can also see the progress of the review. So here we have John, the main reviewer. You submitted to review the second reviewer, and so on. Now let's see how we have a full set of markup tools and how will it help us. Now, to communicate and collaborate with project teams, we use a full set of markup tools. So in the picture, we can see how we can add a certain text. If you want to add a cloud, an issue as well, a call out. You can also change the text color, of course, the font. So this is to help you communicate with different team members and publish your comments, your issues, add any links to the comment that you've added. So that's how we review our sheets. And then we have centralized issue tracking. So here you can track and resolve issues and increase accountability from a single centralized list. So in the picture behind, we can see how we have different issues. You can create an issue by just pressing on it, which is very easy. We can see the ID of the issue. So here we have 37 issues, the status if it was in review, pending, open, closed, still drafting it, the category if it was a punch list, coordination issue, and then you can also specify the type of the issue. So is it electrical, is it mechanical piping? And we can see that the issue can be assigned to a certain person. You can add a description if you want more information, and of course, a deadline. And as I told you, you can also create transmittals and you can track them as well. You can easily create and share them with project teams and track transmittal with a full audit trail. So back in the picture, you can see when was it last updated, who was it last updated by, the version of it, and the path. So you can go back to the path of the document that you have shared, and you can see the recipient, if you received it, if you've seen it. Then we have Desktop Connector. So Desktop Connector is an easy solution for you to open, save, move, rename, and delete files directly from your desktop with Desktop Connector. So you don't always have to go back to ACC, upload your files. You can simply download Desktop Connector. So it's going to act as a drive for you to easily help you upload your files to ACC. And of course, it's fully integrated with AutoCAD, Revit, and Civil 3D. So you can streamline workflows, reduce duplication with integrated Autodesk tools such as AutoCAD, Revit, and Civil 3D. And you can see how we can access this model from ACC. So it's fully dynamic. If you press on any element, you can see the properties of it. So here we've pressed on a basic wall, so it shows us that the phase of it, the fire protection properties, analytical properties, if it's a structural or an architectural element. You can access different floors. And then we have 2D and 3D support. So for 2D and 3D support, you can seamlessly upload and view 2D drawings and 3D models so teams have the right information. So here we can see our PDFs. And of course, as I told you before, you can add your comments. You can, on the left, you can see how you can move from 2D to 3D easily. And then we have Bridge. So you can share data across accounts, like a general contractor to a subcontractor, to enhance cross-team collaboration, reduce rework, and improve control and ownership of project information. So this is just to show you a visual representation of what each and every discipline can see. So for the architect, you have all of the elements that you need. For the structural, you can see the skin and bones of the building itself and how you're building it. For the MEP, you can see all of your pipes, your electrical linings. From this, as a subcontractor, you can see, or a contractor, you can see the phasing of the building of the model of the project in real life. And lastly, we have our owner. So as an owner, you can also see all of your disciplines together, how they're working, the final view of your model, if you want to see if you want to change anything. So this is how each and every discipline can view their model, make a good use out of it, and make sure that all of the parties are happy and well. Now we're going to introduce you to a very interesting new solution, which is the content catalog. So why was content catalog introduced? So the challenge of model data and BIM assets consistency was the main pain point. One of the pain points in BIM workflow is same piece of content may have been duplicated dozens of times in fragmented locations without a clear workflow or available tool for search, save, and transfer digital content from one project to another. So the content catalog is trying to address these challenges by creating one centralized repository for all of your BIM assets that can be managed and shared across your project users. It's available in the cloud. It has unlimited storage. And if you had the license of BIM Collaborate Pro, Build, Takeoff, you can access content catalog. So based on any subscription, that includes Autodesk Docs. Now, a very short client success story of ours is Khansaheb. So Khansaheb is based in Dubai, UAE. Since they started using Build, which is one of ACC solutions, they reduced tagging administration by 60%. So this means that they saved a lot of time. Around 10 to 15% of engineers' time would be spent following up with more important stuff. And they're not using any paper or hard copy anymore. So if you have any questions, just feel free to drop them down. and we'll be more than happy to help. Great. Thank you so much. We're so happy that you joined us today. If you have any question, you can simply drop an email, you can give us a call, you can give us a visit as well. And you can see our website, which is www.accienta.com. And we also have an Instagram account if you'd like to access it as well to see daily updates. Thank you so much and have a great day.